Hi everyone, so I'm going to be doing a video today for Jorja Smith. So I don't know anything about her, other than she's 24 years old and she's very beautiful and she's a singer, because I googled her to make sure that she's of age. So that's all I know. What I'm feeling is, I'm going to talk about this. I think this is mostly a warning for those of you who are watching, because I don't think that Jorja, I doubt she'll watch this video, and on top of that, I feel like it's not really going to matter to her. I don't think that this is something that she's going to pay attention to, listen to, or care to, because I think that she kind of does what she wants, and I think there's a pushback. Like, I think there's a part of her that feels like, I guess, arrogant in a way. It's just a warning, okay, that a lot of these shamanic entities, these guardian angels, these passed away people that a lot of people seem to be trying to connect to and conjure up, they're misrepresented. They're demons, okay? They're not the people who've passed away that you're speaking to. They're not some, wise one on the other end guiding you in a positive light. They are feeding misinformation to deter you, or to deter the person who's listening to your reading, or they're just messing around. And it depends on a lot of things, right? The point is who you are listening to, who you're talking to, who you are seeing, who are you feeling, are not of the light. And I see a lot of dark presence around attempting and actually communicating with Jorja. Your guardian angels, anyone of the light, is not going to use profanity. They're not going to guide you into doing anything that's not virtuous, which is sexual inhibition. They're not going to guide you to do things that harm other people. They're not going to be someone that you can't joke with. They are not someone who is extremely rigid, right? It's a calming, comforting, loving, understanding, humorous presence. It's a light presence. And what I feel is that Jorja has a very strong spirit guide. Now, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I normally don't use that terminology. And I feel it's important to specify that this is a spirit guide. Why? Because it feels this entity, basically what I feel, I feel like she's gotten into some messy things spiritually, and it probably started out well-intentioned. It started out looking for information, looking for answers, looking for help, looking for assistance, and also just being guided throughout life. I'm feeling this, like, it's almost like a fairy godmother type of presence. And that morphed into listening to an entity that was masking as this guide. So now it's a misguided guide. It's the wrong guide. It's not good. Where that will lead, I feel, is emotional heartache, I feel like there's a potential for relationships to, it's going to be if here's the warning, is to redirect yourself, relocate yourself back onto your God-given path, because if you continue down this other path, and reaching and reaching and reaching, and obviously something's going to come grab you if you keep reaching for something, is that it's going to bring you into more frustration and confusion and broken relationships, where you're going to exacerbate the issue because you've conditioned yourself to keep reaching out into the spiritual world, like for example if you're using tarot or whatever, and or whatever kind of like craft that you're doing, and then it's going to spiral you into cynicism and lack of control, but still attempting to control and trying to reaffirm where, you know, places that you feel like it worked but it doesn't work, so on and so forth. So if this isn't something that's happened, then this is just a forewarning for something that could be happening in the future. To be very careful of what might be trying to come in to your awareness. What I see is your true guardian angel, your true, like, fairy godmother. It's like this window, like you're in a room with all the windows closed, and you're, this is symbolic, but essentially it's like you're in a room, like your bedroom. It's like, you know, the teenage angst kind of thing, where it's like, I don't want to get up, I want to keep the windows shut, I just want to sleep in, and your guardian angels is opening the window, opening the blinds, and like, look at how beautiful it is outside, get up, enjoy it, look, be grateful, be gracious. There's so much to explore out there, so much to understand, so much to experience, so many good people out there. Let's get up, let's do something, you know, like take action on your life. Don't just give your power to negative mindset, right? And so hold on. I'm being drawn. Okay, so this is potentially off subject, because I keep seeing two women from the beginning, and I'm not seeing the association, but I think this has to do with like mental state. It's what's her name? Amy Winehouse and Charlize. I'm sorry, I can't think of her name right now. I'm looking to see if my phone's in here. It's the pageant woman who just recently passed away. And actually, I was thinking about her, the pageant girl. I was thinking about her the other night before I went to bed. And I woke up like 2 hours after I fell asleep. I couldn't sleep that night. I woke up irritated, and it was so interesting to me because I'm usually not an irritable person, like, at least anymore. I haven't been like genuinely, it was like a clean irritation, you know. It's like sometimes when you're irritated, you know why. It's like, oh, I'm irritated because of this. This was like just like plain irritation. I'm like, I have not felt this either ever or in a very, very long time. And I just was laying in bed, and I'm so that was something I normally don't feel. And then something I normally don't do is I got up and I looked out my window. And for those of you who know, like, I live on the beach, And so all the houses around here are vying for a place in the sky, right? Like we're all on high rises, and it's like super big homes, and it's like you want a view of the ocean, you want a view of the sunset, you want to just take up all this space, and you want to be up high because you don't want to get flooded every time it rains or hurricanes, right? And so the window that I was looking out is not the ocean view, it's just the other side, and it's a smaller window. So I only have like a little bit of the sky view, and then you have the trees and all this, you know. So I'm just looking out, I'm looking at the stars, and I just feel this irritation, and I was like kind of like talking to myself, and I guess I was talking to my guardian angels or God, and I was just thinking like, I don't know, like why, I don't know. I felt like very stuck in this world almost, you know. It was like the irritation, I think, it was like this realization or this feeling or this understanding of how hostile this world is. Like in reality, this is a very hostile environment. And so I was just thinking about that, I guess. And then I saw a shooting star. Like it's one of those big shooting stars, unless it was an actual double shooting star where it looked like two shooting stars. And it immediately just pulled me out of this world of like where I am now, you know. It's like when I do readings, it like brought me into a higher perspective of the world, and in that moment I felt at peace. And it was also kind of beautiful and fascinating to me because you know, I have this little view of the sky, and it just so happened that I was up, and it was just so happened that I chose to look out the window, which I usually don't. And in that little viewfinder of the sky, I was able to witness that. And I don't know, there's obviously some connection here. Maybe I'm connecting the dots verbally, maybe I'm not, but I guess it's more of like finding that inner peace for you, Jorja. Like you have to find your inner peace, and I don't think that you're realizing what a hostile mental environment that you're putting yourself through, that you're enduring, because you feel like you've lost your balance, you feel a little out of control, and then it could have the potential to spiral. And so your guardian angels are trying to show themselves to you, reveal themselves for you. But in order to be there and to feel more at ease and more at peace, it's about feeling trust. You have to let go of that control, that need to control the situation. And I don't know your belief system. I don't know like what your family lineage is and your religion is, but there is that need for you to establish a religious foundation that's not formed on you controlling the situation. That would best serve you in this moment, because you have to understand that there's a higher power, and that will allow you to understand. You have to see the bigger picture, basically. You have to see the bigger picture, and it's like, oh yeah. Let me think of what I can use. I don't have anything around. Oh, actually, let me get up and see if I have something that I can. No. Normally I have all kinds of stuff in this room, but I don't know why I don't today. Okay, we'll use this candle. We'll use this candle as an example. And it's like, you know, it's if you're on the outside of this candle, if you're sitting here, you're just getting, you know, it's like the bottom of a wheel, right? It's like you're going along the pavement and you're out of control. You're dizzy, you can't control this candle, you're out of whack, right? be the wick, be the center of this candle, be the center of it. This is what can control the spinning. This is what can make you feel still. It's like when you're dancing like a ballerina, right? And you have to spot in order to stay in control and to pinpoint your movement, right? And to really make that sharp turn. You have to, as a ballerina, it's spot, turn, spot, turn. And so that's what I see with you, is to get out from the outside of this and center yourself. Be still. Be still. And that's where the problem lies currently for you. So let me think. I'm not seeing much of anything as far as like your future, your life, other than what I've already said, because the message that I keep receiving is like to gain perspective. You have to gain perspective. You have to clear your thoughts and clear your mind, because you have such a long potential life ahead of you that in order to be in control, you have to relinquish control. Spiritually speaking, you have to relinquish that control and just like be still, go with the flow, find a healthy meditative practice that can like purify your sacred space. Purify that. Purify your mind. Purify your soul. Purify your chakras. Take away any impurities within yourself, any toxins within you, any toxic thinking. And imagine yourself like bathed in white light. And that's a force field. It's a force field of love, of compassion, stillness, of divine power, of wisdom. Like find your core, find your center, so you don't get carried with the tide. Okay. Move this out of the way. What do I see here? It's a battle of control of your mind. It's like this, where you see the explosions in the background and this person is facing the audience, it's facing the viewer. It's masked. And I feel this is a good representation of how you're being, where the truth is trying to come in, the truth is trying to permeate, the truth is trying to expand you and bring you clarity, but you're refusing to face it. You're refusing to acknowledge it. But it's because you don't want to. It's like being comfortable, becoming comfortable in being uncomfortable. And as much as they're trying to help you, this is your life, right? Like, you are here living now. You have the gift of movement. You have the gift of thought. You have the gift of vocalization and everything here that you can create, right? And that's what I talk about with everyone, is like, you have to be present in the moment. This is your opportunity. This is not a spirit's opportunity to work through you, even though some people, either that's their calling, or some people relinquish their spirit and let other things inhabit them, right? And I do feel like you're not seeing the bigger picture. It's like you think that that's something that you would be wanting to do or willing to do, but that's not the bigger picture. It's a lot of resistance on your end because you think that you're confused on what'll really make you happy. You're confused. I feel like you're just not hearing the message. You're listening to whom you choose to listen to in real life and in spirit. And that's kind of just where you're going with this. It's like you're just taking whatever opportunity that you feel will be enjoyable for you in the here and now. You're not thinking... I don't think that you're caring too much about inner fulfillment because you're just in a place of enjoyment, if you get what I'm saying. I think that you do an okay job at masking this. I'm not going to say that, like, as far as to the public. Again, I don't know you. I haven't, I'm not into, like, I'm not in there anymore, so I don't know. But I think that the people around you, I mean, you're open about all of this, I feel, of the right people, and most people already know this. But I think even like the outskirts, so it would be like the core group of people you know, then the people around you, you know, that you associate with, and then outside of that, they, like, you're building a reputation for yourself that you might think that's like weird or interesting, and that's how you want to come across, as like a little scary or mysterious or weird or unique or whatever. And that's kind of like how you want to stand out. But I don't think that that's truly how you're being perceived. Now, as far as like the public perception goes, obviously that's completely different, right? The public only knows what's, you know, it's very different for a lot of people, most people. Like, I don't think, I don't know. I don't think that you're going to be happy about any of this. Yeah, I mean, okay, so the overall message is, this is your life. You have every opportunity to lead this in a way that best serves you. Only you can make that decision for yourself. So just be wary of where you are giving your power away, because you might think that you are in control of the situation, but these other beings are not loyal. They do not have your best interest in mind. They're fake. They're fake. They will say or do whatever to gain your trust or to gain whatever, and then it'll always come back. It'll always come back, and you have to be realistic about where you truly are mentally and where you truly are headed in order to, you have to be honest. You have to be honest with yourself. It can go either way for you, is what I see. This is your decision, and just as far right you can go far left. You can go also in the center, right? It doesn't have to be the extremities, and I think it's gonna be a continuation of your guardian angels not giving up on you, trying to open your eyes. I think you're going to have it's gonna feel like imprisoned dreams. It would be like a deep, deep sleep state where you're struggling to wake up, is how it feels. It's like you're going to be extremely exhausted and tired, and it's like your consciousness is trying to pull you out of your sleep, right? Like your eyes are glued shut, your mouth is shut, like your body feels extraordinarily heavy, and you're mentally going to have to like use all your strength to get out of your sleep. And during that dream light state or those dreams, that's when you're being healed on a cellular level, is how it feels. Is like your cells are regenerating, you're being healed mentally, you're being cleansed, and it's like a fight to keep your body, a fight to return to your body, a fight to hold on to your body, right? Your soul is starving and forcing itself to cling to your body so that it doesn't get overtaken by like you being awake in your mental state, like in the things that you're involved in. It's like in your dreams, like when you are no longer in control, even if you have an intention of doing something else as you're sleeping, that is when the real battle occurs. That's when your soul, your true soul, your divine soul fights for you. Because it's the same thing with this. Is like you're trying to go against the plan, like your predestined plan. You're trying to go against it. You're trying to just carve your own path and do your own thing. And that can also be reflected in your career, right? This can be reflected in your personal life. But it's up to you. The choice is up to you. So I think for the most part, you're steady on what you want. Like, as far as like your human life, like who you are in your waking life, like you have set your mind on certain goals, achievements, and that's that. You're whatever you need to do, whatever you have to do, whatever, you know, you're willing to just go for it. And so that's kind of where you are. And I see that, you know, you can have that if that's what you're dedicating yourself and putting all your time and energy to, and you are gifted in your abilities and in your connections, then yeah, you will have those things that you are working towards, you're seeking. As far as emotionally how that feels is, you know, only you can answer that, like in its entirety and its truth. The only, that's between you and God, right? That's between you and your spiritual side. So it's just however you perceive it. The truth is the truth, irregardless. But you know, yeah, I don't know if I'm making sense. I mean, I am, but I don't know how. I think the biggest thing that you should know, though, is that they will never stop fighting for you. I know that this world can be and is a very hostile place. And, you know, we're all, for the most part, I guess not everyone's doing their best, but for the most part, we do from time to time try our best. And one of the best ways that we can continue that and we can help ourselves and help others is to stay in a positive mindset and a holier mindset, and believe in everyone and believe in the goodwill of other people and believe that we can truly make progress as humanity, right? And as far as like change, because it does feel like, you know, you can go either way. You can do whatever you want. And so this is more, I guess, speaking to you guys and not necessarily doing this reading on Jorja, is that like people can change. People can. It's whether they're willing to or not. And I've seen it. I've seen it in my personal life. I've seen it in my work environment, that you can make a 180 change. It's just whether you want to do that or not, in all aspects of everything that you are, you do, how you identify with yourself and everything. And it's looking at yourself for who you are and understanding there's more to discover. There's more about you. You're an ever fascinating person. There's no reason for you to be bored of yourself or to look down on yourself or poorly of yourself or feel like you're the only one here and you have to control everything. You're overwhelmed with just the processes of your mind, things that are going on in your mind, because there's a lot of beauty. There's a lot of beauty to be discovered and to be seen and to be expressed and to be known and to be cultivated in this world. And you just can't give up hope on each other and on yourself. So also, you can never, your guardian angels will never abandon you. They will always be a part of your life, no matter where you go, how far you try and disappear, they will always be there. They will always be there. You can try and ignore them, but that is their God-given duty, and their light is much stronger than any darkness that is perceived in the world, and that is the truth. No matter which way you look at it, that is the truth. So that's what I see, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.